Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to the BrokeRock server. In between episodes, I did a lot of work on the base. Most of it was done live streaming. I wonder if I can hit you from here. I can. And we built up all of this. So we are getting close to the top. Let's go ahead and go up, and we'll see how high we are. But yeah, we've done a lot of building. We're eventually going to reach the build height limit, which is 256. We're at 190 here, and these little building structure outline is going to kind of keep going up and then slowly come in every couple floors. So we still have a long way to go. It's definitely going faster now that we're higher up, just because there's not as much area around the outside. Yeah, so we're not going to have to worry about that little square, that square, that square, and then the other one over here. So it's just going to be a little, what is it, 9x9 area, and then a couple floors up, it'll shrink down a little bit more. So yeah, we're using less and less resources the higher we go, which makes it go a little faster. I've died plenty of times just hitting the ground too hard, and yeah, elytra and all that. These guys, I left this open and a baby zombie got in and converted them back to zombies. We'll have to convert them back into regular villagers. But what I want to do today, to start at least, is I would like to build... Is this the right floor? I think so. I want to build a furnace array / XPE storage. So we'll have some furnaces along here and there. We'll have 18 of them. And then we'll have kelp feeding into that. And then we'll take the cooked kelp and convert that into kelp blocks and use that as fuel. So let's make sure we have everything we need. What did I say? 18? And do we have iron? We're going to need a lot of hoppers. We have an okay amount. So yeah, let's go ahead and get 18 of those, and then we can kind of plan out where we want these. I think it's going to be... kind of did a little bit of creative testing, at least to plan stuff out so it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll try here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's actually perfect. That's right where we want it. Is it? No, we need to come out one more. So we'll move that back, just because the way I want to do it is I want to have trapdoors. So the hoppers will go here, and then I want to have trapdoors here. But the way it was set up before, if I did that, we wouldn't be able to put all the trapdoors in. So it would look kind of weird. So we need to move this back one more. So I think that should... Did I just put it in the same exact spot? I think it needs to go here. Anyways, I will figure that all out. This should be fine right where that is. I'll put these in place. And I need to dig out an area underneath here. And then... yeah, I'm going to set up the furnaces first, and then we can work on the fuel section first. Or, sorry, the fuel section second, after we get kind of the furnace array all set up and working. Okay, so this used basically all of my iron, and it did use all of my wood. And here are the trapdoors I was talking about. So if we go ahead and put all those down, if we had them too close together, one of these would not be able to have a trapdoor, and you'd be able to see the hopper. So the reason I'm doing this is so we can look in here and make sure nothing is going in that shouldn't be. And And yeah. So that's going to be our furnace area. I still need to dig that out. But I forgot that I wanted to check out the post office because I got a message in Discord from Mustang Girl saying she dropped some stuff off in my mailbox. So we're going to go head over there and we can check out and see what she gave us. And I also did this in between episodes. Oh, that's right, we have a boat. Yeah, just trying to clean up this place, make it look nice, and try to save all the nice looking things for kind of in between episodes and not worry so much about it during the episode. So yeah, let's head to the shopping district to check our mailbox. And while we're over here, I'm going to go buy some rockets because I am running out and I don't think we have very much gunpowder left. So let's head up here. I think this is the right rockets. 1 diamond per stack. Do I have diamonds? I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll buy 4 stacks. Go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can go ahead and throw those in there. And let's fly over here and see what we got inside. That door is always tricky, but I'm surprised I get it most of the time. So she dropped us off some rails and powered rails. So she was watching my video of the nether tunnel that we built, and I'm pretty sure she saw that I needed some rails, and yeah, that's going to help out a lot. We should be able to get most of the way to the base, at least on one side, all set up and good to go. So yeah, thank you for that, Mustang Girl. Alright, we got the first little section piece done. What we got here is we have the minecart going in, and that is dropping off fuel into the back of the furnaces. And we got a decent amount. 51, 51, 19. Not sure why the first few furnaces are getting so much, but the last ones aren't getting. Actually, I think I know why. It's picking up a few at a time here. And yeah, it's not a big deal. We could take a look here. Yeah, it's only getting one at a time. So that's fine. Let's see, what do we got? We can go ahead and switch this off. So this will probably change some, but for now, I just want to get everything up and running and make sure everything is working. So the idea is we're going to take the dried kelp from here, craft it up into blocks in here, and then we can go ahead and drop it in. It'll drop down and then go into this loading center. I wonder if I have anything. I don't. So yeah, it'll go into the loading center and it'll fill up this minecart, and then as soon as that light turns off above, that means this hopper is empty and we can go ahead and send off this minecart again. So the next step is going to be to get, I think we'll take the smelted items from the furnace here and then send it over to a water elevator that will kind of go back in this direction, if I can find it, somewhere back here. So it can go up and then go into that little line and that line. And yeah, that's where the dried kelp will go, or anything else we decide we want to smelt up. We can kind of set that up to where we can switch on or off the kelp farms, and then that will smelt all the items we want. Or if it's not smelting those items, we can smelt just the regular kelp. So I think I'm going to get working on that. I'll probably just I'll start with the water elevator, and then depending where that goes, we can send this little minecart track to wherever it needs to go, and then dispense those items into the water elevator and into these chests. I just came outside to see what this looked like from the outside, and I took a look down here, and I'm pretty sure you guys should be able to see it, but there's just tons and tons of drown just hanging out down there. So I think what's happening is they're spawning in the dark areas, and then they're regular zombies that spawn, and then they come down and they, drown, and they end up in the little area down here. So we need to do something about that eventually. But for right now, I'll go ahead and kill them, hopefully not die, and then we can take a look and see what I've done with the furnace. Alright, so the furnace area I think is all done, other than I want to add a little bit of design up here, just so it's not a big flat like brick area. So yeah, we have the water elevator up here. It has all of the dried kelp. It gets shot up the water elevator and then over into these areas. I changed this to a pressure plate. So what happens is, well, we can't see it right now, but there is the minecart. This is where you drop all of the kelp blocks that you get. So we take these out, we do that, and then we can just throw it in or do that, and they'll all drop down there. If we accidentally throw like our pickaxe or something, it'll get picked up in here with some dried kelp. Well, it seems like we need a little bit more work to do on this. Not sure why that's happening, but we can go ahead and fix that at some point. I'll take a look in between clips just to see what's going on. And then we step on here. That'll release the minecart, and then these will get filled up with dried kelp blocks. So that's 26. Actually, I don't think we dropped enough in for it to go up any higher for the second pass, because the minecart goes all the way back and then goes back again. So yeah, that is all done. We leave all this kelp in here just to get experience. So we have 9 levels right now. We can go ahead and take off these. And if we take that out, we get a little bit of experience mending the elytra. So yeah, that is all working. And that's almost mended up. And if we want to collect all of like the dried kelp from here, we can just turn that on, and that's at 19. It should drop down, pick up a few at a time, but we'll leave that off so we can keep gathering the experience. And the next step is going to be to go ahead and get the kelp farms up and running. I need to figure out where I want to put those. I'm thinking maybe one on either side of this little area. Like maybe one in this area and then one on that side, just to fill in up to this wall area here, and then we can go up above for the rest of the ones we need. And yeah, I think that's basically it. We've got the little water stream here. Any extras will fall down in here. I think I want to test it for a little while just to see how it goes first before I put in lava. But that is all going good. Yeah, and this lever over on the side here will turn on this minecart. I just have that here for now just because there's no kelp coming in, and I do want to set it up to where we can add any items we want to get smelted in place of the kelp, but I'll do that after I get the kelp up and running. So I'm going to work on that now, and I'll join you back once I have something to show. Alright, some more work has been done. We now have a few of the kelp farms in place that we're going to need to power this furnace array for XP. We need in total around 450 individual plants. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 17 down here, 17 up there, and then same on this side. And we have 16 up here, 16 up there, and then 3 on this side and 3 more on the other side. So that's about 100 or so. I haven't actually added it all up. Somewhere around there. So we need 4 times as much of this, and we're going to build that up. But here is kind of what we got. They'll grow up, and then they'll hit that observer eventually. Is there? Yeah, there is one in there. So when that one grows up, it'll knock out the rest, and they'll all fall down into the middle here. So water streams go to the middle, then it drops down. Those all go through the middle into this water elevator, and then they go up to the top, where they go into a little stream and come back over here and go into this minecart, which is currently turned off because I don't want to be wasting all of the kelp blocks, just because there's so many furnaces that it would just constantly be draining these kelp blocks and not keeping up with the regular kelp that needs to be smelted. So these are going. Yeah, so if we head upstairs, we need to get rid of these fish. And that is because I have holes in the ceiling and there's sky access at the top. So once we build it up higher, we'll eventually block that off so nothing spawns. But we'll head up 1 level. Take a look over here. So this is our little elevator. All the kelp comes into here. We'll just throw those in. They get shot off that way, go over here, and then head down into that minecart. So that is all good. It looks like we're getting fish in there as well. I guess that'll get cooked up just the same. We won't have to worry about that. But what I want to do is build up these kelp farms a few more stories. Probably, would I need 350 more or so? So that's 4 more levels. So that'll be up to about, I guess, there. So this whole area will be just be kelp. And yeah, we can get this furnace finally going. And I'm going to get started on the building right now. I don't think I have enough supplies, but we can get as much in place as I have supplies for. Maybe go collect some more in between clips. And yeah, I'll join you back. Hopefully this will all be done. I found a whole bunch of kelp over in our old kelp farm, or current kelp farm. And I put them all in so we can kind of see this whole thing in action. This switch here is for the minecart underneath to pick these up. So that'll eventually drop down, down to 22, down to 16. So that is working. One thing we have an issue with is that cart down there, if not turned off, will just kind of be sent back and forth. So this will become completely full, and it won't really be picking up all of the kelp blocks or pieces. So I will need to redesign that a little bit. But yeah, work in progress, and this is all working. So if we go ahead and take off these, it hasn't been going for very long at all. But if we take these out, we should get a little bit of experience. So we're there. And yeah, it really hasn't been going that long. So I guess I'll let it run for a little while, and then we can check back and actually see how well it's doing on experience. Alright, I ended up changing this water stream because some of the kelp would land on this block with the old setup, and it just gets stuck there forever. So I lowered this down, and now it goes underneath this rail. So I had to raise up the rail a little bit. I added more hoppers here. This isn't quite how I want to do it. I'd like to get an unloading station so it unloads the minecart completely before it heads off again. But this is just a temporary fix. And I added a ton of the kelp. So if we head up, we could take a look. I also designed a little bit. There's still more I want to do, but I have the outside, I think, where I want it. So we got the end rods here, a little grass area, and then I changed out the glass from clear regular glass to gray, and I think that looks a lot better. I still need to go through this side and replace out the glass in there and like underneath here and everything, but this side I think is pretty much where I want it, other than down below. And if we go up to the second story, third story, I don't know what story, I guess this will be the second, we could see this is how tall it's going to be to get enough kelp to run the farm forever, or not forever, but it'll have enough kelp and to run the kelp blocks efficiently, and we won't be losing kelp blocks and all that stuff. It'll actually be a little bit more than we need, but there's a little chamber down below that just gets rid of the kelp if there's too much. That is not great, but we can fix that later. So yeah, let's get in there. If we head down here, we can give this a little try. I need to mend my elytra, and I ran this, so all of these are full. And we can turn on this cart here down below. This will start taking out these and run everything. So if we come in here, there's at least a stack in each of these. So if we take out, I don't know, all that. This one is fully mended. You can take this one out. That's mended. Take this one. Our elytra is almost mended already. So we'll just keep going until we get everything mended. Our boots are mended now. So now it should just be the elytra. And now that is mended. So yeah, we can do the rest of our stuff. Oops. And we don't have mending on the axe yet, but everything else is mended, ready to go. We still have a few more furnaces that we could use to mend. I don't know how the Nautilus shell got in there, but that's alright. So now we just do this. We send those down, and that will refill. I still need to work on fixing this because half of them go into the chest here. I think we need to lock that hopper somehow while it's going down, and it is a kelp block. But that's something I'll mess with a little bit later. And yeah, then we just hit this, and then these will fill up. So that's at 34 now. And yeah, it'll come back again, be 35, wherever it's at. And then when it goes back for a second time, it'll be 36. So we could just stand here, and the cart will be sent back and forth until it's empty. And those will all be full. So this is up and running and working. I'm going to actually turn this off because we don't have enough kelp. I don't want to lose all the kelp blocks and then have no fuel. Yeah, but I need to go mining for some dirt and some sand to get glass and all that stuff so we can finish up all those layers that aren't done. I think that is, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 more layers on this side. And then we need to finish up like 2.5 or so layers. And then this should all be done. And yeah, we have our experience furnace farm array thing, which yeah, we can also turn into a furnace array to actually smelt things a lot faster, like all the glass and everything. I will need to set up like a little blocker here to close up that. And then we'll have a chest here that can put all the items into that water stream. Instead, if we want to like do a bulk load of glass or something like that. So yeah, these are all pretty full. Actually, they're all completely full. So that is good to see. But that is going to do it for today's episode. If you like today's episode, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed and don't want to miss any future episodes, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.